Hi, folks. Today, we're going to take a look at the live stream that FAPA put out last night, where he discussed his most recent arrest and the future of his outcome. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep the channel going, so I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the page. Leave a like and a comment because it really helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, NCR Movie Network, and the podcast, the Craptown Florida Manpower Ranking Podcast. Episode 23 is out right now. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
So today, everybody got big news for all of you guys here today. So if you, we're gonna wait just for a few people to hop in.
5 minutes later.
And what happened today. So I don't know if those plans are gonna change. I do have court Monday. I have court Monday morning to try to figure out what's going on. It's gonna be the first arraignment date. But so I'll just dive right into it. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you very much. What's up, Claudette? Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys. And again, if you haven't already, make sure you go hit that like button. It really helps in the algorithm. Get this out to as much people as possible really quick. So yes, if you already saw the thumbnail and the title, I was arrested today. In Ayer, Massachusetts.
Hot damn!
I was outside of a dispensary. I'm not going to give too much information just yet until the video drops, but I was arrested outside. I was on a public easement. There was no sidewalk where I was at the time, so I was probably about 3, maybe 4 feet away from the white line of where the cars were at, and I was approached by an older gentleman, very large gentleman at that. He was probably a good 6'2", 6'3", maybe, outweighed me by a good chunk of change for sure, without a doubt.
I don't like where this is going, but it's starting to sound like, did FAPA assault an elderly gentleman? I mean, we know frauditors are degenerate individuals, but to attack the elderly, we haven't seen disgusting acts like that since Impact Media.
And he came up to me with a very threatening attitude and, chased me. Not chased me. He approached me with a very angry demeanor. And he came up to me, he grabbed for my camera. I showed him the pepper spray before I used it. I showed it to him. I checked the video. You can see his eyes look at it when I do drop this video. You can see him look at it and then reach for it instantly. And then I sprayed him. So
that smell. Do you smell that? It smells like a bitch.
Then he walks away after chasing me and trying to grab the pepper spray and my phone out of my hands for a minute there. Almost chasing me into oncoming traffic, which was a nice addition as well. And then he walks away, calls the cops. Cops show up. Cops showed up, and I went with my usual thing. I didn't know why they were there originally. I wasn't the one that made the call.
Shenanigans.
No.
Shenanigans.
No.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because FAPA knows why the cops were called. This is just him trying to play the victim. He knew pepper spraying that elderly man would get the cops called on him. Now, he can try to say, well, I don't know why they were called, but we know the true reason. You pepper sprayed a 60-year-old man. Now, was the elderly gentleman in the right for attacking him? No. However, FAPA is clearly much younger and has more strength and speed and could probably de-escalate the situation by walking away or running away. Him standing there, possibly provoking him even further to want to attack, because we haven't seen the official video yet, which I will be covering on this channel. We don't know the true story. All we can go on is what he's saying. But knowing how FAPA's acted before when it came to pepper spraying, and threatening to pepper spray people. And when it comes to elderly people and his interactions,
They came up and asked me whether or not I knew what was going on, and I said I wasn't the caller, said I didn't know what was going on, didn't know exactly. I told them I wasn't going to answer any questions until they went and at least, addressed the calling party. But that's not what happened. Immediately, I was put into handcuffs. I was brought to the back of the car. I acted completely and utterly cordial. No pushback given. No resisting. No nothing.
I'd buy that for $1.
I was sat in the back of the car, and they put me there for a few minutes. They walked away. They talked to the other party, and they stopped my recording. And in the process of that, I told them, I was like, look, I first want you to, first of all, this Ayer Police Department does not have any body cams, nor do they have cameras in their car, in their patrol vehicles. So I was these two patrolmen, first of all, one of which having 6 months of experience on the police force, was very, very confident, very confident in what he was doing and what the other patrolman was doing. First of all, when I asked for a supervisor, I was told that that those two patrolmen were the highest ranking police officers that were patrolling that were around in the town of Ayer today.
again, some more stuff that's hard to believe. Because if you do your research, FAPA, you would realize something. That Ayer, Massachusetts is a small town. It has a population of 8,579 people, which is a very small town compared to a lot of others. Now, they probably have a small police force, meaning that they probably have maybe most of the police force working in the station house and only have so many people out on patrol. So asking for them to have a higher ranking patrol come out to deal with you probably is not going to happen. But I highly doubt they don't have body cams. I mean, a lot of police vehicles have dash cams already installed in them when they get purchased by law enforcement agencies.
So first of all, the first load of BS that they shot at me right away. And then I told them after telling them before they make any more mistakes to call their supervisor, and that was the answer that was given. They looked at my recording and they said, yeah, so nope, there isn't enough evidence. They said that I was not acting in self-defense, unfortunately. They apparently, and this guy was over 60 years old. So I'll tell you my charges. The first to charge, I have 3 charges, 2 of which are felonies. Which was the craziest thing when they first told me that. So this is gonna be a long process, and unfortunately, I don't believe that I will be able to start the trip right away. My trip.
Oh, poor baby.
That I was planning, and I'm all pretty much prepared for and ready to go, and was planning on leaving sometime this week or sometime next week. So we'll have to see on court Monday. But so my first charge is assault and battery. Second charge is assault with a deadly weapon. First of all, the pepper spray is not classified as a weapon anymore in Massachusetts. They declassified that a couple years ago. I think it was 2023.
Now, I'm going to be breaking down each one of these charges individually. But let's go with this first one, the assault with a deadly weapon. Pepper spray is not considered a deadly weapon in Massachusetts anymore. It's considered ammunition. However, there are strict laws when it comes to purchasing and owning pepper spray. One of the conditions is you must go through a background check to make sure you are not disqualified from owning or using pepper spray. Not to mention, you have to make a defensive measure of not standing your ground, but making an effort to retreat before you can use pepper spray as a self-defense in Massachusetts.
And then it was assault and battery on somebody over 60 years old. So apparently, in the town of Ayer, you, as long as you're over 60 years old, and you call the police, and first of all, their main reasoning when I wouldn't answer any questions and they immediately put me in cuffs, they said, "Yep, we got a call that somebody pepper sprayed somebody, and you matched the description. That'll be on the video. That was caught on video, but they did stop my recording. They took my phone and stopped my recording. So it is what it is. But yeah, so that was their reasoning behind that. So apparently, in the town of Ayer, Massachusetts, if you are above 60 years old, you can go and threaten somebody, walk up to them in a threatening manner, chase them out into traffic, swear at them, ask them what they're doing, demand answers, and grab for their stuff, for their purse.
Again, more stuff that I can't take without seeing the video first. But let's take a look at what he said. He was charged with assault and battery on somebody 65 years or older. According to Massachusetts Statute 15A, Section A, whoever commits assault and battery upon a person 60 years or older by means of dangerous weapon shall be punished by imprisonment in the state prison for not more than 10 years, or by a fine of no more than $1,000, or imprisonment in jail for no more than 2.5 years. Wow. So you are looking at some serious jail time for that one felony charge alone.
And their camera, and as long as you call the cops and you do that, and somebody else matches a description, either walking down the street or just sitting there, then you will be all good. You will not be charged with anything. They said they took assault very seriously around there. That's why they showed up with their lights on and their sirens, and immediately put me in handcuffs. But then once I said, okay, that's great, I'm glad you do, because I'd like to press charges as well. After being told that, and told to, at least wait until he saw the video to let the guy go, he let the guy go, and the guy was let away scot-free. And I have a hard time believing that they will want to pursue anything. So this is gonna be a long battle. I am facing 2 felonies right now, so they are a pretty large. It's a pretty large charge, and I was very caught off guard when they first said that to me. So
now, the other charge as a felony he is facing is assault and battery, which again falls under State Statute 13A, Section A. Whoever commits assault or assault and battery upon another shall be punished by imprisonment for not more than 2.5 years in the House of Corrections, or a fine not more than $1,000. So if we factor in all 3 charges, he is looking at a possibility of 15 years in prison at the maximum sentence, or a possibility of $3,000 in fines, probation. This could be the end of Fappa's career as a frauditor as we know it.
it is what it is. Thank you, Tube Sock. Thank you for the $2. We appreciate it, man. Thank you for all you do. I'm trying to be an American hero, brother. I'm trying for sure. Oh yeah, and they said they weren't picking sides too, and then proceeded to let the guy go without. I don't even know if he got his information. I'm gonna FOIA request. By the time I got out today, all the offices were closed, and it's a Friday. So honestly, at first I was really nervous that I was gonna be spending the weekend in jail. It is what it is. It is what it is. If I had to, I would have done so. Thank you very much for the $10, Joanna. We appreciate it. Seriously. Thank you very much.
Now, I'm ending the stream here. It does go on for over an hour more, where he explains that he was released on an ROR, or his own recognizance. But the judge did tell him if he continues to get into any more trouble, that his bond conditions can be revoked. He also goes on thanking his fans and complaining that he won't be able to make his trip, and that he's #1 fan of chili. What we have just seen is the mentality of a frauditor who cannot take responsibility for his own actions and wants to play the victim after pepper spraying and assaulting a 60-year-old gentleman. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel and the podcast. With all this being said, be well, be safe, and I will see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without all of your support, I can keep the channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I can never thank you